What if I told you one of the most used inventions on Earth was given away for free? You've scanned it on menus, packages, or tickets. But you've probably never heard the story of the man who created it. A story of innovation, humility, and a decision that cost him a fortune, or maybe made him a legend. Welcome back to TimeTrails by Svayam. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story behind the QR code. This journey starts in Japan, 1992. A car parts factory. Workers are scanning barcodes all day long. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Except one product needs 10 barcodes. Sometimes 15. Because each barcode holds only 20 characters. Only 20. That's barely a sentence. And if oil gets on the label? The whole thing becomes unreadable. A young engineer named Masahiro Hara is handed this mess and told, fix it. Not improve it but replace it entirely. Oh, and by the way, no one thinks it's possible. So Hara starts thinking. 4 weeks, nothing. Then one afternoon, he watches his colleagues play Go. An ancient Japanese board game with black and white stones in a grid. He stares at it. And something clicks. What if a code worked like this? Not just horizontal lines like a barcode, but a grid. Going across and up and down. 2 dimensions instead of 1. Suddenly, one tiny symbol could hold not 20 characters but 7,000 characters. That's not an improvement. That's a completely different universe. Hara goes back to his desk. He has the idea. Now comes the hard part. Here's the problem. For a scanner to read this new code, it needs to find it first, instantly. Even if the page around it is full of text, logos, and patterns. So Hara needs a marker. 3 special corner squares that no scanner would ever confuse with anything else. But here's the catch, those squares had to be totally unique. Something that almost never appeared on any printed material anywhere on Earth. So Hara and his team did something extraordinary. They read everything starting from magazines, newspapers, flyers, cardboard boxes every single day for 3 months. They were looking for a visual ratio that almost nobody used. And after 3 months of what must have felt like the most boring job in history, they found it. A pattern of black and white in a ratio of 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. It appeared almost nowhere on Earth. That became the 3 corner squares you see on every QR code today. In 1994, the QR code Quick Response Code was released. And then, nothing happened. But, in Japan, it took off. Factories loved it. Businesses adopted it. But in the rest of the world? Nobody cared. Because scanning a QR code in 2003 meant downloading a special app, holding your phone perfectly still, hoping the camera would focus, waiting 5 seconds, and usually getting an error anyway. The friction was enormous. People just didn't bother. So the QR code sat there for over 20 years. Working perfectly, waiting. Then in 2020, when the pandemic made touching shared menus feel dangerous overnight, restaurants went QR code only in days. Governments used them for contact tracing. Hospitals used them for patient records. A technology that had been sitting quietly for 26 years became essential in about 3 weeks. Now here's the part nobody talks about. Denso Wave, the company that made the QR code, holds the patent. They could charge a licensing fee every single time it's used. Think about that. Billions of times every day. They don't charge a single cent. They made the whole thing free for anyone, forever. When a journalist asked Hara about watching billions of people use his invention while he collects nothing, he laughed and said, "We don't receive a commission each time it's used, if only that were the case." Masahiro Hara invented the most scanned symbol in the history of humanity. Gave it away. Still works at the same company today. Next time you scan a QR code for a menu, a payment, or a ticket, remember, somewhere in Japan, the man who invented it is at his desk right now. Watching billions of people use his idea. Collecting exactly nothing. Here's what I want to know. Would you have given the patent away or charged for it? One decision. Billions of dollars. What would you do? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, share this video with a curious friend and subscribe to TimeTrail for more hidden stories behind the things you use every day. New story dropping soon, see you then.